Hi everybody, this is Barry Schwartz. My name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, September 28th, and this is the news we covered over the past week at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. The first thing this week was that iOS 6 was released last week. We discussed I got my iPhone 5 shortly after the video I did last week. And it came with Apple Maps. Obviously, iOS 6 came with Apple Maps, and there was a big blowout about how poor Apple Maps was. We discussed it a little bit last week. I found a nice post by a Googler who said he actually worked on the original Google Maps when the iPhone was first released, and he said he remembers how difficult it was working with Apple, and he was blown away by how poorly, I guess, Apple went ahead and released their own mapping software. I believe he remembered how difficult Apple was because when Apple wants to produce apps that they recommend or actually feature in their own app store as featured apps, they make you go through crazy loops, they make you do crazy things to make sure it is Apple quality. For Apple to release a map product that is not Apple quality, it's pretty upsetting to people who had to deal with it and build apps that are at a certain level, and then Apple builds their own apps and they're just subpar. That being said, actually Tim Cook went ahead and apologized just maybe like 20 minutes ago when I made this video, basically saying that he apologized and you should use other apps until Apple figures out their own mapping software. And he posted about that this morning. You probably find it on Apple's press releases or at TechMeme as well. That being said, I posted another thread this morning where John Mueller of Google basically explained two things in the thread. He basically wrote a couple things. The two things I want to point out is that he wrote that the primary manual action that is affecting your site is that its unnatural links are being ignored. Meaning, they started to ignore links on a website, and your rankings did not decrease because it's a penalty, but your rankings decreased specifically because those links that once counted no longer count because they're not counted anymore. So not necessarily a penalty where you're actually downgrading the rankings, it just has to do with your links being ignored that once count which ones were actually not ignored. That being said, another thing he said is keep in mind that manual actions here might not be the strongest element affecting your site's performance. We use over 200 factors. Basically, he's saying here that if you do have a Google penalty, a manual Google penalty, that Google penalty might not be the thing that's actually hurting your rankings. It might be something else. It's a pretty interesting point. I've never seen a Googler say that before. Another thing that we posted this week was that about multiple reconsideration requests. In short, don't submit multiple reconsideration requests. You can, if you do, it's not the end of the world, but what might happen is that Google might look at those other reconsideration requests. If they don't most of the time they classify them as duplicate and remove them, but sometimes they might go ahead and look at the multiple ones, and that may bring up other things or slow down the process in terms of reconsidering your website. So John Mueller went ahead and posted and said you probably should not submit a second reconsideration request, but if you do, you're probably okay, but if you do, you might not be okay. It might delay things. Google AdWords announced that they're going to start enforcing the site links rule to have one unique landing page per link per site link that you have in your ad. When they expanded it, a lot of ads started to show multiple links, site links with the same landing page, and that's bad user experience according to Google. So Google is going to start enforcing it immediately for any new site links you create in AdWords, and they're going to start enforcing it in about a few months or so for existing site link ads that you have, because they know it will take a lot of time for you to actually go ahead and make sure everything is unique. Google has merged the Google Trends and Google Insights into one product. We posted about this morning. Fairly basic. Google also said that you can now have up to 3 mobile ads on your smartphone devices, like your iPhone, Android phone devices. So you can have up to 3 ads on a mobile device landing page. Which seems excessive, but you can. And also, there are people talking that the Google AdSense for mobile, the earnings you're making on the mobile stuff, tablet and iPhone or Android, any mobile device, is actually increasing significantly in the past couple of days or weeks or so. I did a post about it. We actually just started adding mobile ads, Google AdSense mobile ads to our smartphone, iPhone devices. So if you want to take a look at that, you can. Do not click on them. Also, Yahoo announced that they are starting a new contextual ad program. It's at contextualads.yahoo.net. It's run by media.net with Yahoo Bing. The interesting part is that Bing has something called content ads, which is their contextual ad program. And I'm not sure why Yahoo wouldn't go with content ads when they're a big partner, why they're using media.net for this. Outside of that, I have more information about that if you want to learn more about it. Again, this morning is September 28th at SEOroundtable.com. Google News turned 10 earlier this week. Actually on Saturday of last week, a week ago, about 6 days ago today. And right now they've expanded to 72 different editions with 30 different languages. They have over 50,000 news sources, and it gets about 1 billion unique users per week, which is pretty significant. So talking about Google News' birthday, it actually was Google's birthday. They're 14 years old now. Their birthday was yesterday, September 27th, and they are actually 14 years old. And we had the animated Google Doodle on SEOroundtable.com. You should probably get to it right now. You can see it. And we have all the past doodles, Google birthday doodles from the past several years, going back to their, I think, 4th birthday. The 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, they didn't have a birthday doodle for it. That being said, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz Video Recap. Today again is September 28th. This is the Search Buzz Video Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com. Everyone have a great weekend. Bye.